You probably heard that Jay-Z was accused of girl. Now, if you don't know who Jay-Z is a rapper. He's married to Beyonce, and he's a billionaire. But right now, his whole world is a danger of coming to an end. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna show you this video that I got from CNN, and let's react together, and let's process this together to see what can we learn from this experience. And at the same time, do you think that Jay-Z did it? Is he guilty? Or is he just another victim of the Me Too movement? Let's begin.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" He added, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst.
Before we jump into that has to be tough. That has to be tough to explain to your daughter why you're being accused of this. I mean, I could put myself in his shoes. I have a daughter right now. If something like this were to happen, like, man, that would crumble my whole world. I mean, that right now, he had to come and get ahead of this. He had to respond because he can't just stay by the silence, say nothing, especially when he has a family, when he has a little girl, when he has to prove that he's innocent. So the first step is whenever you're facing any situation as a man, you have to face it facing forward. You know, you can't just hide from it. Things are not going to go away. So by him making the statement, it shows that he's willing to fight. But if somebody's coming after you, you have to get ahead of the game. You have to put yourself forward. You can't run away from this fight. And it sounds to me that Jay-Z is saying, hey, man, come at me. Come at me. I'm not going to hide from this. There's this blackmail. You're trying to get money from me. So he's defending himself because he realizes that this is a battle that he has to fight. He can't just hide behind the lawyers. He can't just hide behind his fame. This is where he needs to go into the battle to prove that he's innocent.
Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here. Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement. Yeah. He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, raped her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality.
So a couple of things to unpack there. Number one is, you know, Jay-Z's response is, hey, go after me criminally. Like, if you think I did this, then, you know, put me in jail. You know, so the perception there says, okay, he might be innocent. You know, if you are saying, hey, prove to me and I'm willing to go to jail, then the perception will be, okay, this guy may be innocent, right? But the second thing is that who's he being accused to do this with? Now we have P. Diddy. You know, that's what gets messy, because now it's not just him being accused alone. No, he has somebody else. And now P. Diddy's in jail. They found videos, they found some evidence. I mean, this guy right now, P. Diddy is not coming back. I don't care, who he thinks he is, what miracle he's waiting for. He's not coming back.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter is a letter being sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can sit, we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. Jay-Z saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether or not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
So the two takeaways from this process is, number one is take care of your daughters. Don't let your daughters, go into the parties. Make sure that you're constantly watching over them. Like, if you're a father right now watching this should scare you, because you don't know if this could have been your daughter. The second is, proximity is power, but proximity is also could be your demise. Be careful who you hang around with. Be careful who you associate yourself with. Be careful who you call your friends. Be careful who you do business with. Because at the end of the day, if something happens to their reputation, it will follow your reputation. So we're going to be watching this closely. I mean, listen, too bad, because Jay-Z is one of my favorite artists. I love his music. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up listening to hip hop. Biggie and Pac and Jay-Z. At the end of the day, I'm also a father. I'm also a husband. And I feel bad for any victim of assault. But if you're innocent, you have to prove it. I know that Jay-Z has all the money to defend himself. I just hope that that's going to be enough. I just hope that he come back from this. And at the same time, the victims find healing, because at least we're having the conversation that's going to hold a lot of men accountable, and a lot more people are going to follow this suit. You got to make sure that everything you do, you have to realize that it's going to follow you. Your reputation eventually becomes your legacy. If you're ready to find the edge, go to kingscodebook.com to get the latest copy of my book, The King's Code. This book will help you find the clarity, the certainty, and the purpose that you need in order for you to lead with power. Go to kingscodebook.com and find your code to the edge now.